All right, just got done with the Falco fitness experiment, and I was going to say it went well, but the video went well. One thing you got to remember when you're using a plug-in audio source. So I plug in a iRig so that I can use my wireless mics, and it works well. Sometimes there's interference, it causes some static and that kind of stuff, but other than that, in most cases, it works really well. So I tested it. I walked around the room to make sure there wasn't any static, and even jumped up and down, that kind of stuff in the test mode. And then what you have to do to listen to your audio on your phone is that you go to your photos where your video is that you recorded as a test, but you have to unplug the audio source to be able to hear it. If not, it believes that that plug-in is earphones. So you had to unplug it to listen. In my hurry to get the class started, because I was teaching the class, what do you think happened? Yeah, that's right. I didn't plug it back in. And so, although the video portion, it starts out a little pixely in the beginning, it improves. I opened a big bay door, which is a big aluminum door that I opened that up and set the tripod near that opening, so able to get more signal. At least that's my logic, and maybe that's illogical. Sorry, a Periscope pop-up just came up. It came up. So first thing learned in the experiment of Falco Fitness, which I'm gonna share that video just so you can see it and see what I'm talking about, and that kind of thing. While I was working out, so I teach the class, but while I was working out, the whole time I'm thinking, man, I'm breathing heavy. And I'm thinking to myself, how valuable, and remember that what we talk about in creating Facebook Live or any kind of video is that the audio is more important than the video in most cases. And so you want to make sure that your audio has good sound. It actually exists, which it doesn't on this Facebook Live, that the video actually exists. That when it does exist, that there's not static, right? Remember I talked about wireless mics. The one downside of the wireless mics is sometimes it's staticky. That's why you have to test it and walk around the entire room. The next thing is, how do I sound on mic? And so as I'm doing the workout, normally when I teach, I do parts of the workout, but I don't do the whole thing. It also gives you a new respect for dancers who actively dance around a room and sing at the same time. I have no idea how they do that now that I've tried to do a workout while talking on mic and encouraging the people that I was teaching, plus Eva, I miss you too. I miss you too. We need another event. We need to do something together. And so I was going to wonder when I watched the video, the replay, how all that heavy breathing sounded, and the wrestling, because you had to do burpees. We did, what else did we do that would jump ropes, where that jumping up and down would surely cause some type of audio problems or interference. So I was really looking forward to hearing how all that sounded. I think based on just what I know, I mean, because the mic is down here, I was breathing really heavily and trying to talk at the same time. I'm wondering if that should, and you know, I'm trying to think of any workout videos, which I haven't seen that many workout videos where the host or the person that's on mic is actually actively doing all of the talking. Now, you see those guys with those Madonna headphones, and but those guys are like way in shape, and so they probably sound okay as they're doing the workout. But you know, there's a lot of cuts, right? And so they don't seem to be breathing nearly as heavy as I was during the workout. So I think maybe after I get them better, I've been doing this now, you know, fairly consistently, and I play hockey and stuff like that. You know, I'm not sure if I'll ever be to that point where you can do a boot camp. Now, boot camp's a half hour of just heavy exercise. So I'm wondering about that. So I think the experiment went well in regard to testing the video for that particular room, because like I said before in the earlier video, is that it's cinder block. It's surrounded by thick cinder block and rebar, which does not allow the cell signal to really penetrate through the walls, and then the internet connection inside the building is whacked and is very inconsistent. And so I think overall, as I watched the video, it seemed to be fairly clear and that kind of stuff. I used my Mi Photo tripod as the tripod. I used the Mi Photo phone holder and the Sennheiser mics, wireless mic, and a lavalier in it, or on, connected. Again, if I would have plugged the audio source back in after I tested it. That would have been a much better deal, but I didn't do that. I've done that before. And so I'm not sure how I'm going to remind myself to do that. Usually when I forget, I'm in a hurry. Each time that I've forgotten, it's because I'm testing the audio to make sure it's working, and I think the person I'm interviewing has limited time, and so I'm trying to hurry to get, and I test it. It sounds good. I put the phone back on the thing and twist it on, and then I just go back and get in front of the camera, and I forget to plug in the audio. I've done that probably 3 times now. So I gotta make sure, and I'm here to remind you that it's gonna happen to you, but make sure that you plug back in your audio source. If you're using a plug-in that requires you to unplug it, to test it, to listen, to see how it worked. All right, that was the biggest thing that I'm always reminded about. Audio is so important on these videos, right? You say video, but it's the audio that is super duper important. What else? I had 2 people there. You got to make sure that you don't have conversations that last a long time with people that aren't on mic. And so while I was talking, I tried to make sure and talk to the camera. Although I was getting feedback from the people I was working out with, you just want to be careful that you don't engage in a conversation, because it will make the person who's watching feel like they're not included, and it's just one of those things, right? When you are talking to people and you begin to have a private conversation, it's just psychologically, it's that you're being rude, right? And I know that people know that you're on camera, that you're on mic, but you want to be conscious of that kind of stuff. It's like when I teach people, like right now, I'm not a good example. I have sunglasses on, so maybe it looks like I'm looking at the phone as I'm facing forward. But I teach people to make sure and look at the camera, not the computer screen. So if you're using this guy's gonna back right into me. You are looking at the camera and not the computer screen, because it's irritating. Again, it's a psychological thing from the person watching, that you're not looking at them when you're speaking. We look at that as being rude. We've been raised all of our life to look people in the eyes when we talk to them. And so when somebody's looking at the screen, even though we know why they're looking at the screen, is because they're actually looking at us on their their screen. But it's just something that you lose people's interest because you're not looking at them and that kind of stuff. So try to make sure and look at your screen as I'm backing up here. Hope I don't back over somebody. Make sure you look at the screen. Make sure your audio works. Make sure you plug it back in. Those are the things, the same stuff, always the same stuff. Working out, I think if I can do this again tomorrow or the next day on Falco Fitness, I'm going to just simply teach the class and do a couple of the movements and that kind of stuff. I think trying to do the workout at the same time you're teaching, it's too hard. You get out of breath. The heavy breathing into the mic, I think, would be irritating after a while and that kind of stuff. So those are the lessons learned from my Falco Fitness experiment. If you haven't seen it yet, you might just jump over there, just like to watch a couple minutes, just kind of see what I'm talking about. I have a fisheye, I think I put it back in my backpack, lens that I might use that might give you give a better look of the overall inside of the gym, as opposed to just the lens that's on the camera. I may try that next time just to see what that looks like. I really would love your feedback. That's the reason I wanted you to kind of just watch spots of it. Don't watch the entire, because obviously all you're hearing is the music that's being played inside the warehouse, and you're not able to hear any of the workout. But you may want to just watch it and give me your critiques and things that not about my workout, because I know that my butt was in the air a couple times and it should be flat, and what else, I lost count. I know all that. You don't need to criticize my workout, but I'm just talking about as using it, live video to sell your business, to show off what it is you do in your business, and then repurposing that video in a membership site or something like that. So look at it from that standpoint, not being critical of my workout. All right, Eva. Yes, I do miss you. We need to connect. I see you posting all the time, and I love the things that you post. I love moms, helping moms. It's my favorite Facebook page, even though I'm not a mom, but I am kind of a mom. I'm a single dad now, so I'm half mom, half dad. All right, that's it. No confessions this time. No confessions like I had on the last time. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. And I'm hoping later on today that we're going to be in a restaurant. If not, it's going to be either tomorrow or the beginning of next week. I'm going to just go there first to kind of show you what the restaurant's like, what my plans are, and what we're going to do at the restaurant to, again, demonstrate proof of concept, how live video at a restaurant may be able to be used to boost the restaurant. They tell me that their slow days, obviously, are Monday and Tuesday, and so that's what we're going to be concentrating on, which we'll be talking more about that from that restaurant. It's called Eureka Pizza Company, I think, or it's either that or Italian. I'm not sure. I have their business card here. Hold on. You can look it up and find out about the business and be ready. Oh no, what'd I do with it? Hold on, stand by. I have the business card. I just saw it. I threw it down. My car isn't a mess, so I don't have to look far. There it is. It's called Eureka, yeah, Pizza Company. Where's the lens? Eureka, oh, it's backwards. Eureka Pizza Company. So we'll be there. You can go to Eureka Pizza Co. EurekaPizzaCo.com. Their website, and take a look at what it looks like, get a little background, and then we'll go there, and then maybe we'll even have a little mastermind with our group here on the Facebook Live on some things that we can do there. I think that'll be awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm coming up with ideas, and I'm only on my first coffee. All right, so let's talk about that. I'm gonna really try to do that today. All right, hope this works out. Thank you for joining me on these two broadcasts here, and then if you go to Falco Fitness, make sure and like the page. It's brand new, just like the page Falco Fitness. I don't know what the plans are necessarily for that page, but it may turn into something. Firestone Fitness is a great company. I love the gym. I love that they asked me to be an instructor there, and I was just merely one of the attendees, and I thought that was pretty cool of them. All right, that's it. I will see you at the next one. Take care, bye.